Joe Hopkins here, and you might remember this little guitar. I did an unboxing on this and said I'd play around with it and do a full review on this guitar. Well, I've played around with it and it's review time. And I'm very pleased with this thing. One, it's a nice little short scale guitar. It sounds pretty good. If you don't like the color, by the way, they do have black, white, and like a shell pink as well. This is the purple. More pink looking than purple, but whatever, right? I like it. This was on sale. These are $280, right? On Amazon is what I found. And I got this for about $100 off on one of their lightning sales, but it was only this color that was on sale. It's not just why I bought it. I still would have got this color. I like this color. And I didn't want black. I've seen reviews on this. Every YouTuber buys a black one. I don't want to be like everybody else. I got something different. And I like it. I like the color. If you don't like the color, get a black one. Get a white one. Get the shell pink did look cool. Like a real light pink, kind of cool looking. And it's all carbon fiber. Carbon fiber little acoustic guitar. And one of the really cool things with carbon fiber, temperature and humidity don't affect it. So all the temperature changes back here in my studio doesn't really affect it any. It stays in tune really well because of that. It seems like it's pretty durable and whatnot. It seems to be all one piece. I'm not sure. It feels like there might be a seam like between the top and bottom on the inside. You can feel it, but there's no seam on the outside. So I'm thinking maybe they make it all one piece, right? It plays good and sounds good just as an acoustic guitar. Yeah, I like the way it sounds. Yeah, pretty cool thing. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much, like I said, all one piece except for the tuners, the bridge. Like the bridge mount seems to be one piece with the guitar, but like the little bridge and the little pegs that hold the strings in. It comes with a bunch of case candy, strap, one of those polishing cloths, a really good instrument cable, because this has a plug in it. Yeah. What else did it have? A couple other things. I don't remember what all else was in it. But the main thing you're looking at is the guitar. I like the little sound hole design there. Plus, it has a sound hole on top. So it projects up. You can hear yourself really well, which is nice. I like the shape of it. It's kind of like a little Les Paul almost. And, Enya also makes a version of this, which is about $100 less. That's acoustic only. Doesn't have the electronics in it. And they make a ukulele model, which I didn't look at the price of that. That sounds cool, though. And they make an electric guitar version. Same shape, 2 humbuckers, and a speaker on it. So I've seen people review those. I don't have the $400 to buy one, which, that's a little bit of money. But carbon fiber stuff has come down in price. Guitars like this, when carbon fiber guitars, when they first started making them, they were expensive. $280 now. I can dig that. And what I found cool about this is the electronics. Now, when I unboxed it, I just pressed the thing. It didn't come on, and I'm like, oh, I got to charge it, right? Turns out you have to press and hold it. It was charged up. But down here on the bottom, you have an instrument plug and a plug to charge in case it runs down to recharge it. One thing I kind of wish it did have was a 9-volt battery in it, mostly because if you're doing something like live, let's say, because this would be a pretty decent little gigging guitar for playing coffee houses and small gigs like that, where you can just bring the one little amp that has a microphone plug and an instrument plug. You know what I'm talking about. This would be a good guitar for that, right? Actually, quite a good guitar for that. But if it dies on you, now you got no juice, right? But other than that, I think it's really great. Now, it's got the onboard effects. You can plug it into an amp, and the effects come on automatically when you plug it in. So then it goes through the amp. the effects come out the amp. And that's pretty cool. And by effects, I mean, it has several settings. One is just standard, sounds like a guitar. The next one is, I think, reverb, then delay, then it has like almost like a phaser delay effect thing going on. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. Pretty good stuff for, once again, for gigging, because, you just hit the little button on top and you get your effects, right? You can change between different effects. I think mostly people would probably use the reverb the most, right? Especially get that little kind of ambient sound, get a little, mood going on when you're playing live or whatever. And I've been using it the most too. I like the way the reverb sounds on this. So let's check it out. How does it sound? Press and hold, you get the green. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, it lights up green, and you get just like acoustic guitar sound, just a little more, a little louder, Yeah, sounds guitar-y. Yeah, I like that. Hit it again, you get that blue. That's reverb. I can't stop, man. It's just too cool. All right, so we got to move on. Next. Okay, the last one was like a dark blue. This is a light blue. I think that's delay. Yeah, delay. There we go. Yeah, I like that effect. By the way, you can turn them down too. I got the effects turned all the way up. You turn the little knob and you get less. Or all the way down. Not really anything. But I've got all the way up because why not? More is better, right? Yeah, good stuff. I love the short scale length. It makes it so that you can it makes it easier to play than most acoustic guitars. And I kind of dig that. My dad found that. He bought a Martin short scale length guitar, and he says just easier to play, easier to bend notes, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's go to, what's that, like purpley? Yeah, it's like that phaser delay. back to green, just standard. Yeah, my favorite still, though, is that I love that reverb. It's so smooth. Yeah. Yeah, let's cut that off there and talk a little bit about it. And it seems like that'd be kind of a gimmick, the whole onboard effects thing. I think Fender tried something like that with like, what was it, acoustic electric kind of thing. And it didn't work very well. And for other companies, it hasn't worked very well. But I think it's because it just didn't work very well. This seems to work really well. I really, really like it. I like it a lot. Since I've bought this, I've also found that other companies are making something similar. Harley Benton actually has a direct copy of this. Also, all carbon fiber, same kind of electronics, same setup, exactly the same guitar. Which I'm probably not going to try that one because it costs the same as this one, and I already have this one. So, plus they had this in this nice purpley pink color, and I like that. But yeah, so there are options out there other than just the one from Enya. But, you know, I've found that this one is very, very fun to play. I do like the short scale length. It comes with its own little gig bag too, right? Which is sized for it. And that's nice, especially because it's a nice gig bag. It's got decent padding, a big front pocket, backpack straps, handle here, handle there. Handles everywhere. And, you know, it's a really nice gig bag, like a really nice one sized just for this guitar, which is cool. This seems like it'd be the perfect guitar to just take out and about with you because, well, like I said, the carbon fiber isn't affected by temperature changes and humidity and all sorts of other things. So you take it somewhere, it doesn't detune itself. You know, when it's getting transported, it doesn't, you know, you don't have to let it acclimatize itself to the room like you do with other acoustic guitars before you tune it up because it'll just go back out of tune again. I used to run into that all the time doing gigs. You want to set that guitar there and let it get used to the air for about 15 minutes or so before you try to really play it. Otherwise, it goes out of tune while you're playing. This thing doesn't do that. And it's small. It's fairly light. It's got a little bit of weight to it from the electronics, but it's not a terribly heavy guitar, being carbon fiber and kind of small. It's a fun little guitar, and the onboard effects aren't just gimmicky. They actually sound good. And like I said, if you plug it into an amp, they come on, and it plays the effects through the amp, which also is pretty nice. I really do like that. It seems like a really good gigging guitar for that reason. If I was still doing little gigs like sidewalk stuff and coffee houses, this is the guitar I would bring at this point, you know? I really like it. It's perfect for that kind of thing. That, like I said, one of them little travel amps and a microphone, and you're good to go. And this thing just seems to hold up well. Like, you can beat it up some, which I haven't done on purpose, but obviously things happen. You knock it over, you bump it. It doesn't seem to dent or scratch, or I'm sure you could scratch it. I imagine there's some way to damage this thing. But just in the regular wear and tear I've given it in the last, I don't know, week and a half or so I've owned it, nothing's really damaged it. And yeah, I've knocked it over a couple times. My kid's knocked it over. My kid, like, it's pink. I mean, come on, I got a little girl. She wants to mess with it, and it gets beat up because of that. And it's, yeah, not a scratch or a ding on it, which is shocking to me. And that's a really good thing, man. This thing seems to be really extra sturdy. And the frets are really good. It's got like they look like the ball end frets. They feel good. The neck feels good. Everything just, you know, the action isn't half bad on it. You know, it's about as good as you'd expect from almost any acoustic guitar. A little bit better than most acoustic guitars, actually. And I just like it a lot. It plays good, feels good, sounds good with or without the electronics. And the effects on it actually sound really nice. You know, I'm assuming the microphone picked it all up sufficiently, but it just sounds good. And yeah, I could plug it into the interface, but I got a microphone. How does it sound? You know, that's what we're trying to determine. And I like it. I like it a lot. This is a guitar I'd recommend. I'll put a link in the description below to where they're selling it on Amazon, because that's where I bought it. I know they have their own website if you want to go there, or there are other sellers that have this, but I got it from Amazon. I'd recommend, if you want one, put it on there and see if the price changes. You know what I mean? Keep an eye on it. That's what I did. I kept an eye on it until they did a lightning sale, and boom, you know, it's a reason to be a Prime member, I guess. So there you go, the Enya Nova Go. I guess Go is because it's very travel friendly, and it is. It's the other thing. This is a great thing to take on vacation with you to the beach or a hotel, because it doesn't take up much space. You know, that's the hard thing about bringing a guitar with you. You got your, you know, your luggage and all the other stuff you're dragging along. Can you fit a guitar in the trunk? Yeah, you can this one, and it'll handle the abuse. It has a good gig bag, and you can beat it up a bit. Perfect guitar for just out and about. Anyway, there we go. There's my thoughts on this guitar. And you should take a look at one if you want something kind of like that. It's really pretty damn good. Subscribe to my channel. I'll have more pretty cool content coming out in the future of all sorts of varieties, because, you know, I don't just do guitar stuff. I also do beer reviews. Check those out. Yeah. And here in a second, there's an end screen, and there should be some playlists that come up. One is my reviews playlist. Check it out. I've reviewed other instruments. And the other one says I Didn't Get a Memory. That's my album. I did an album. I'm working on a second one. The Turtles Get Their Revenge. Yeah, if that's a weird name, my kid named it. I'm using her title. She said I should call it that, and that sounds cool to me. So I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.